Hold on guys, so I cannot pick a single color to put on my R33 rims. Like, I've had white for a little bit, they just get way too dirty way too quickly, and they also started to turn green just because I did use Australian export paint. It wasn't the greatest paint, I must admit, but today we're going to be completely changing that up. One of you guys suggested that I go bronze, and I'm just thinking, I've always wanted to do bronze rims on a car. White would be the easiest color to match it up with, and literally brake dust and just regular dust, you won't even be able to see it on bronze rims. So taking Adam LZ's car, or Adam LZ's Evo for inspiration, on the white and bronze sort of look, I'm gonna go see if I can find like a TE37 bronze and paint my rims on my Skyline. First stop, heading to Bunnings. Right, the year is 2021. I've now made it through North Lakes and back, getting stopped at literally every single traffic lights I could imagine for around about, I'll be honest, I went in with a full tank, had to fill up halfway through and then pretty much empty again. But yeah, my second super cheap now to hopefully find the right sort of bronzy, metallic-y bronze that I kind of want. So we now came over to Lawton. It's a super cheap auto superstore. So the fifth shop I went into, it finally had the color that I was looking for. It's a dupey color wheel paint sort of thing, and I'll quickly show you guys. So this stuff right here, I watched someone do it in a video and it actually looks really nice. It's kind of like a really sort of subtle bronzy color. It's actually a proper like wheel sort of paint too, which is awesome. So hopefully it'll just go well with the primer that I got. Also, they ended up having like a sale for like 4 spray paints for 12 bucks. So I ended up getting like this really cheap sort of clear stuff, as well as some silver, and they also had chrome paint there. So I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see how we go with that. Oh, and you guys all know I can't go out of Repco without buying a Hot Wheels car. Literally, they're so cheap there, and I find so many good ones. Finally found a Golf GT40. It's so sick. Alright guys, so I have all the paint here ready to go. 3 primers. This stuff here is etch primer, and as I said before in my previous painting videos about these rims, I am not doing these to make them look anywhere near as good as like a perfect finish with a spray booth and everything. Trust me, I have some good ties with some good people, and if I wanted to do that, I would. But I'd rather just paint them up, make them look a different color. In the original paint, there was like a little bit of cracking in the white, so I'm going to be able to sand it down with my 240 grit here, and then I'll also be able to just fill it with etch primer, so that way it just leaves a perfect smooth surface, and that way if this is rough, then I can just sand that back too. Hit it with like 3 or 4, however many times it takes to coat the rims in the wheel paint, the bronze, and then hit it with some just clear. So back when I was buying some rims for the Skyline, I found 2 sets of Koga Drift Tex 17x9 plus 25s, and then I also found some 18 by 9.5 plus 15s, and they work really well on that car. So I painted every single set white. So one of them came in white and one of them came in a nice black. They were both pretty disgusting, so I ended up painting the whole set white. But if you guys can see, it's really difficult to see, but these rims have sort of started to go cream over time. You can kind of see it between those 2 rims there. I just think the paint that I used wasn't so great, and I think just because they're white, they were just, you know, doomed to fail over time. And yes, these are just regular drift spares, I do know that, but I do want to make my car just look decent for when I'm driving it around on the roads. So we're going to put some bronze paint on them today. Pretty much what I got. 2 sheets right here of 240 grit sandpaper, etch primer, base and clear. And then after that, what I'll do is I'll wash it with some Reset. So what that's going to do, that's a pH neutral soap, just a regular bucket of water, and then I'll dry them off. And then I'll go over them with a Vax and grease remover, get rid of everything else. Then I'll tape up the tires, and we'll do the whole painting process again. Shouldn't take anywhere near as long as last time. Literally just gonna scuff them really quickly back. So rightio, typical Queensland weather. It's decided to rain a bit, but that's okay. So the wheels are all masked up, which is awesome. This one here, because I am changing these tyres out, I don't have to mask them up at all, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah, let's hit them with some primer, and then I'll flip them over, do the fronts, then we'll stand them up and do the rest of it. So, let's go. Okay, 2 coats of filler primer down, and that looks perfect. So I'm going to leave that set for 1 hour now, and then I'm going to go over the base, and then we should have these things looking all nice and fresh. Rightio, time for a coat of base. So I actually saw another bloke use this color online, and it actually turned out really well. It kind of resembles like the Volk sort of style that I kind of like, you know, with like a darker sort of base with a little bit of like a metallic bronze in it. Really, really nice color. So, see how we go. So I've done all the barrels and everything, and lucky I got 3. I would actually even prefer to do 4 because 1 single cam was just in the barrels alone in the second coat. So yeah, barrels definitely need a lot of work. The faces, not so much. I was able to sort of get away with just doing 2 coats. I'm not really too worried about the barrels anyway because it's just going to be built up brake dust anyway. You'll only see the faces, so yeah, no, actually gone really nice. Alright, 1 more coat on the faces and then we should be good for clear. Okay, so now that they've had all the coats that they need, I'm just putting them on their faces right now so that way I can get all those little bits that I didn't get. I'm actually really happy there's no runs in these yet. I say yet. These are looking super cool. So that's kind of like what the matte sort of finish would look like, but of course I'm going over with a gloss. Looks super sick. So yeah, this here was just a test of the first coat of clear. Actually came out really nice. So yeah, that's just a really low coat too. So I'm actually quite surprised considering this clear is literally so cheap. So I'm gonna do the rest of them into the first coat of clear, and then after that we'll do a heavy coat and then she should be done. Final coat, let's do it. Rightio, so overall, with this colour, I'm actually really liking it. However, it is a little bit more brown than I originally thought it would be. However, I have not seen it in the sun yet. It's been overcast all day, and I'm keen to see them sort of against the car without any of the tape around them or anything. I think it'd be a hell of a lot nicer. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to let them set for another hour or so. We'll chuck them on the car, see what they look like, and I'm really hoping the sun comes out. I really want to see just how much these pop in the sun. I'll see if I can just replicate it on my phone. So I haven't even seen this myself yet. Ooh, wow. Have a really nice sort of gold flake through it. I really like it. That came up super nice. And the best thing is, compared to my other rims, no runs. I guess it pays to have good paint. Trust me, it was so much easier now that I actually had stuff that I like. Ah, beautiful. Sun's come out and just in time to put the new rims on the car. Let's drive it up and see how we go. Well, it's certainly different, and you know what? I actually really like it, and one of the massive reasons why I like it is because of this really thick back tire I got in the back here. It's a 265 Achilles 1235. Sick. Man, I don't know. I reckon I might leave one set white and one set bronze for a bit, but that looks sick. Super happy with that. I don't know, what do you guys think? In the comments, let me know. Do you think the bronze works? I personally think it looks sick. It definitely gives the car a bit of a contrast that it needed. I don't know, I just think at the moment I need to tie up some of the colors in the back. Personally, just like the blue tip, the green plates, and the red tail lights, just a little bit different, but I don't know, I'll work something out here. Man, it looks sick and sounds sick too. Rightio, so I got a bit excited and actually accidentally went away before torquing my wheels and they came loose. So it started knocking, and luckily enough, if you guys can see, there's a white FG behind me. Luke actually came and picked me up and dropped me back off at my car to tighten up my wheels again. Legend.